Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we are making Sunday dinner, specifically baked chicken, peas and rice, and coleslaw. So come, let's make it started. I have my onion and my celery. I'm going to cut this up so that we can get our rice started.
Alright, yes I, still yes is back one more time. Live and direct, this one is called Come Go With Me. Back to Bimini, y'all. Listen and watch it, do it. When I saw you first, I knew you was the one for me. You were very fine, very true and so sexy. Saw you watching me from straight across the room. I knew you was the one, I knew I had to take you home. Me to Illusion, me to Inagra, me to Long Island, I got my hammer, I'll walk a speed.
So what you want to do is you want to add some oil to your pot. About, I'd say like a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add in our vegetables. Yes. Then you get some thyme, drop that in there as well, and then you're gonna let this cook down. Now that our herbs are starting to cook down, I'm gonna go ahead and add in half a can of this peas. This is a bigger can, 540 milliliters, so I'm only using half the can because I'm doing about 2.5 cups of rice. So there you have it, half the can of peas. And then you wanna go in and add your tomato paste. Something to note about tomato paste in the can, if you have a can of tomato paste, how you can store it is get some parchment paper and put like 1 tablespoon between 2 pieces of square parchment paper, and then lay them flat and store it in the freezer, and then you have a serving size of tomato paste. So this is the tomato paste I had in the freezer. If you go ahead and remove the parchment paper, that's about a tablespoon, which is what you would put in here. And then boom, it melts right down. Now we're gonna go ahead and season our pot. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of garlic salt. I'm also gonna use some seasoning salt in there. And then I'm going to use a good sized scoop of better than bouillon. This is just chicken bouillon, i.e. chicken broth in a paste form. So that's about a tablespoon of better than bouillon. And then I'm going to stir this in. Turn my stove down. And then you're going to add your browning. So that was about 1.5 teaspoons of browning. Let's see how brown the pot is, see if we need to add more. I'd add just a touch more. So about 2 teaspoons of browning. 1, 2 and a half. Then you want to stir this in. All right, now we're ready for our liquid. I'm going to do 3 cups of water to start. 1, 2, 3. That's like 2.5 cups of water. So for 2.5 cups of rice, I did 4 cups of water. And this is how the rice looks. And then you want to taste to see if it's seasoned. And then I'm adding about that much pepper. Just that much pepper. Because I have kids and they can't take spicy. Alright. Stir this again and taste it. Alright, I think she's seasoned. I'm gonna get 2 bay leaves and then cover this to bring to a boil. So now I have 2 bay leaves I'm gonna add to this, and then I'm gonna cover it and let it come to a vigorous boil. Alright, let's cover. So now you can see it's starting to boil. We want some of this water to boil away, and then we'll cover it with a foil and let the steam cook the rice. Alright, now that that water has boiled down, I'm gonna add a piece of foil over the top of this and let the steam cook the rice. Alright, so we're gonna let this go on low for another 15 to 20 minutes and let the steam cook the rice, and then the rice will be done. I'm also gonna go ahead and take off the bay leaves now. Alright, let's fork it. See that? The perfect rice. So I did 2.5 cups of rice to 4 cups of water for this. And this is jasmine rice I'm using. Alright. Now we are going to work on our chicken leg quarters. I've already cleaned these, and now I'm going to pat them dry and give them a good season so that we can get them in the oven to bake. Dry them up. A lot of fat. All right. All right, so we're gonna go in with some garlic salt, of course. And then I really like this on chicken. It's the Kinder's Buttery Steakhouse. It's really delicious. And then we're gonna take some cayenne, of course, just a little bit. We don't want it too pepper. Some black pepper. And then some complete. And then I just want to add a little bit more garlic powder. Want to make sure your chicken is fully covered with seasoning. Get under the skin on all sides like that. Under the skin. Show the back. I'd say those are seasoned. So I went ahead and I also added some paprika because I realized that I didn't do that. And then I'm going to put it in the pan. I already took off my gloves, so now I'm using a tongue. So you just want to lay them out. However they fit. Oh, that one don't have no paprika. Alright, just like that. Now I'll add some paprika and parsley. Then some parsley, of course. All right, now I'm gonna cover this and set it to the side for about 20 minutes before we put it in the oven so that the seasoning can make its way through the meat. I'm gonna add this little piece of onion I had. I'll put the carrots. That way these cook down with the chicken. So we have some fresh garlic. I'm gonna sprinkle that over there as well. And then we're gonna cover this and put this in the oven to bake on 375 for 1 hour. After 1 hour, we'll check it and let it go for some more time because it won't be cooked yet. So I have my oven set at 375. I'm going to get these chicken in here and let this go for about an hour to an hour and a half because they're leg quarters and they're bigger. And then we'll check on it and see where it's at. So what I did is I poured the broth off and set it aside. I'm gonna put this back in uncovered on 350 for another 40 minutes or so it could get brown. All right, so with the chicken broth, essentially what we poured off, I'm going to add like 1, 2 teaspoons. Okay, so this is the gravy that we poured off the chicken with some cornstarch in it. After the chicken has already baked for like 30 minutes on 350, I'm gonna pour this back over and then let it crisp up, and then the chicken will be done. All right, now that the chicken started to get brown, we're gonna re-pour our gravy back over. This is so the chicken doesn't get dry. So we pour the gravy back over, and now we're gonna let this go for another 20 minutes or so, and then it'll be done. All right, I just took our chicken out. They are nice and golden brown, and that is complete. Now we're going to work on mixing our coleslaw. So we have the carrots and the cabbage. We're going to add some sugar. How sweet you like your coleslaw is up to you. That would determine how much sugar you add. I like mine fairly sweet, so this is probably like 2 teaspoons rather of sugar. And then you want to do like a pinch of salt. That much. And then you're gonna go in with lime, fresh lime juice. You're fine. Now this lime ain't very juicy, so I use in the whole lime. But if you have a juicy lime, you could go with like 2 to 3 teaspoons of lime juice, fresh lime juice that is. All right. All right. And then because he's been a good man cover corner in the past in the league. Is there some all right. It is a 10-yard penalty. We'll multiply by 2. Is there some muscle memory with Diggs playing all that zone? Yeah, I think, and listen, I think there's an element that's really nice. Okay. Injury, especially a corner you're used to, you need movement skills out there matching. Sometimes it's just confidence in your body that you can still be the player that we've seen him just a few years ago. Before I rush to Dallas, it is Hall, and he is hit initially by Glenn. There's another marker in. I would say this coleslaw is about done. So now at this point, we're gonna taste it and see if it needs anything else. For me, it's always a touch more sugar. All right, and then I'm gonna mix this in, and that's that. Coleslaw.
Yeah.